What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Six-Man Blitz episode. I got my co-host with me again, Mr. Ryan Wynn. We ready to break down another Bears dub and the rest of the NFL, NBA too. Give you a great episode with great content. How we feeling today, man?
We on top of the world this week, man. Bear
First
down.
of the
That's
division,
all I gotta
first of the
say.
division.
I called it last week. I knew it was gonna happen, but I'll wait. We'll get into it. No
Yeah,
rush.
it was a bold prediction in hindsight, but really, we were confident the whole time, to be honest.
The whole time. What you call him, C. Willie?
I think we trying to keep that nickname on the low.
Oh, okay.
Iceman is better. I fuck with Iceman. But let's get right into it. The Bears are 7-3 right now and first place in the division. What were your thoughts on this win and thoughts on the Bears being first place in the division now?
It was another one of those gritty wins that, like have said the last 4 or 5 weeks, that this game we lose. The last 5+ years we lose that game every
Yeah.
time. Every time. A lot of if you look at like a lot of media personnel that's talking about the Bears right now, they're saying the same thing that people are kind of saying about the Eagles. Like it doesn't look the best.
Mhm.
But man, when it comes down to it, as long as we can wrap these wins up, man, I'm super happy about it. Again, the defense balled out for us. Caleb didn't have one of those iconic performances, but again, it takes three sides of the game: offense, defense, and then shout out to Duvernay on special teams.
Yeah, special teams and defense, usually they are the suspects for us almost losing the game. But in this game, they were the big reasons why we won. Duvernay with the 56-yard return, and then Cairo with the field goal. Money, trusting him to get it done. And yeah, defensively, I thought we played pretty well. The game looks so familiar to week one, though. It's like I was watching the same game. I was like, shit, JJ drove down the field. But the thing that the Vikings fucked up, they gave the Bears too much time on the clock. 50 seconds is too much.
With three timeouts too. Yeah, that's way too much. Honestly, I mean, in today's game, man, it's like, what isn't enough time? Like, it has to
Yeah.
be like less than 5 seconds, because if you got 30 seconds, you can make that work too. Uh,
hmm
I honestly think that if Duvernay didn't return it for, 60 yards or whatever it was, maybe we don't win the game. The offense really wasn't flowing like that. Um, like we're accustomed to seeing over the last few weeks, man. But man, that kick return was huge. It was huge.
Huge. And yeah, Duvernay really hasn't done shit all year, but just that one play. And that's the nice part about this Bears team this year. I feel like it's a different person getting the game ball every game. It's like Duvernay got the game ball, Cairo making the field goal. It's just like a different person stepping up every week. And that's how you know you're cooking with a good team. More on your thoughts about Caleb, like what kind of grade would you give him for this performance? Because he really, didn't do too many great things. The escapability was great. I mean, there was one time when a corner was like coming right at him, boop, juked him right. Like, what were your thoughts on Caleb?
I'll give him a C plus,
That's what I was thinking too.
maybe a B minus at best. I don't think he wasn't like turning the ball over or nothing. We just wasn't making anything happen. And I guess I would need to see the film in terms of like overhead view, because when you're watching football, like you can't see if receivers are open or not, like on TV.
Nah.
So like you just don't know unless they like show that special camera angle. But yeah, he didn't play his best game, which that makes me even more excited about the Bears, that when our quarterback doesn't play his best, we can still go out there and get the W.
Yeah, and it's nice with, our run game. I feel like our run game showed up big in this one as well.
Yes.
Swift had 90 yards rushing. Him and Mananga, they were getting big gain after big gain. So it's nice that we have that to lean on and we finally have a solidified run game. So while Caleb's figuring things out, while he's getting more consistent, we're 7-3. Still, we're winning games. But I would prefer for Caleb to be the reason why we win games. Maybe that happens this weekend against the Steelers, with them having the worst pass defense in the NFL right now, according to the numbers and stuff. So, on this team being 7-3 right now, how long do you think they can hold on to this until they give it back?
That's a great question, man. Honestly, I think we could hold it for a little while, man. I really think we could go out and beat the Steelers this week. When do we have the Eagles? I think we got them up in a few weeks, but
Next
I think the
week,
rest of our
next Friday.
next Friday. Okay, so I think outside of maybe the Eagles and maybe the Packers in Lambeau, I think we got a good shot of like only losing maybe 2 games for the rest of the season. And I think if we lose only 2 more, I think that puts us in great position to actually win the division.
Yeah, and the 49ers, they looked good this last weekend with Brock Purdy. But I think we could beat them with their defense being banged up. I think we could beat Detroit. Well, Detroit, so that's going to be game of the year, final game of the season. That's for the division, I think. In Green Bay, we'll talk about them a little later. The NFC North is playing out pretty interesting. Like, there's one of these three teams can miss the playoffs out of the Lions, Bears, and Packers with how things play out because they have to face each other, and Packers are already in a bad spot right now, losing the week prior. But shout out to the Eagles. I mean, unfortunately, now we got to face them next week, but this is a nice little alliance we had with them. So I'm excited for that.
And a quick note on the Eagles, man. I mean, they're winning all the games, and but the games are close, so
Yeah.
that makes me excited. Like they're not just blowing teams out. That makes me excited going into next week when we face them. If we could just keep it close, I see Willie go out there and finish the game for us. He'll wrap it
Some
up,
late
I
game
think.
magic. And the thing is,
Yeah.
yeah, the Eagles defensively, this will be like our first real test against a really good defense because
Hmm.
they've been playing really well lately. Jalen Phillips was a great acquisition. Offensively, though, there's been struggles with them just like us with the Bears. Jalen Hurts, his offense, it doesn't seem like they're on the same page. Ironically enough, though, well, not ironically, but Lane Johnson, their tackle, is going to be out for the game. They're going to have a center that's missing still. They're going to have like a left or right guard. So they're going to have three of their starters on their offensive line out of the game. So that could create some good matches for a Bears defensive line. Maybe Booker can long arm another motherfucker. So I think
You
there's some
crazy.
matchups where the Bears can make it closer. So yeah, the Bears got a shot to hold on to this division. Honestly, I saw somebody, Harrison Graham with Bears Chat Sports, check out his shit. But the Bears potentially versus the Eagles could be a game for the first seed in the NFC.
Wow.
It's kind of crazy
Wow.
to think it could if the Bears go crazy though, because the
Yeah.
Rams are still there. But yeah, if the Bears knock off the Eagles, they could, potentially propel to the first or second seed. Probably second seed right now with the Rams, but
Hey, at this point, man, under
anything
Ben
possible.
Johnson, anything is possible. I wouldn't put nothing past that guy. Nothing.
uh we talked about this a little bit previously a couple weeks back. Ben Johnson, coach of the year. What are you thinking?
I laughed at you. I did. I think I think the Bears started the season off what 0-2,
Yeah.
something like that, and you said it in the pod, and I said, man, I said, nah, I said, no, no way. He would be my favorite today. He would literally be my favorite for coach of the year today. If I had a vote, it would go to him. All the teams that are pretty much atop of their divisions, maybe outside of the Colts, were predicted to go out and win those divisions. I don't think anybody, even the biggest Bears fans in the world, predicted that we'd be 7-3 right now.
Hell no.
Um, so the fact that we are 7-3 and we're winning these close games that we probably should be losing, um, it just shows that we're under some great leadership right now.
Yeah, the fact that we're 11 weeks into the season and we're like, the Bears are first place in the NFC North. And we're talking about, all right, if they beat the Eagles, they could be first place in the NFC. That's kind of crazy. It's
That's wild.
huge steps forward. I think his biggest competition probably right now would probably be Mike Vrabel with the Patriots, what he's done there.
Yeah.
So it's him and Ben Johnson, I think, are the two that are neck and neck. But honestly, let's be honest. The Bears back to relevancy, the Bears winning the NFC North. Give him coach of the year. Toughest
Give it to him.
division in football.
Absolutely. And I agree. Maybe Mike Vrabel would be like, in terms of like the people that actually have a vote, they probably would vote him. But hey, we still got a few weeks left to change that. If the Patriots could lose, 3, 4 more games potentially, maybe not win their division. If the Bills can catch them and the Bears do win their division, it goes to Ben Johnson easily.
It's got to. I think one thing I was thinking about with the Washington Commanders last year, they had a couple string of close victories. They beat the Bears, the Hail Mary, and then they went on to go to the NFC Championship game. And the Bears, obviously, after that lost damn near every game for the rest of the season. Could we see history repeat itself, this time being flip-flopped with the Bears having a bunch of close wins after the Commanders game, and then going on to the NFC Championship game while the Commanders. It's been one of the worst seasons for them this year.
I mean, I don't see why not. I haven't seen any evidence to show me that we aren't a playoff team.
Yeah, me
Um,
either.
and we can't even win a playoff game. Like I have not seen any evidence. The only evidence we see is that when we played the Lions, they put up, 50 plus on us. Like other than that, like I haven't seen any reason why I don't think that we can not only make the playoffs, but maybe even go get a win. Like we're already exceeding expectations from what we had on day one. So at this point, the sky's the limit.
Yeah, and that Detroit game was very interesting with them just, destroying us. I think, Dan Campbell, they're trying to teach Buddy old Ben Johnson a lesson. But like when things come back to Chicago, final week of the season, Jared Goff doesn't play well in the cold. You know, Dan Campbell and this offense has, working things out. Dan Campbell's play calling. So I think this is a different team that Detroit is about to face week 18, I believe. So that game is really the one thing that people are going to say why we're fraudulent and all that stuff. But this Bears team, a lot to be excited about with them. Caleb Williams, up and down this season, but he's shown magic in the fourth quarter. Defense creating turnovers, most takeaways in the NFL without Jalen Johnson, our shutdown corner. And our defense isn't fully healthy yet, and we're still making plays. So TJ Edwards, Kyler Gordon, Jalen Johnson, all three of those guys could potentially come back this week. At the very least, come back next week versus the Eagles. So we're trending in the right direction for sure. And in terms of teams that could beat us in the NFC, I mean, other than Philly, other than probably the Rams, those are the two teams I think I would be the most concerned about. But Green Bay, Detroit, the rest of the teams in the NFC, the Bucks, give me the Bears.
Give me the Bears, absolutely. But man, I don't even want to think about the playoffs right now. I'm just
I
thinking
don't,
about
yeah.
next week. I don't even want to think that far ahead. I don't want to jinx nothing that we got going on, so I'll be patient.
Yeah, y'all told me to delete that message in the chat. I was like, 8-3, here we come. I was hyped.
Oh,
Let's look back at week 11 for the rest of the NFL. What were some of your takeaways from week 11? It was a decent week, very
yeah.
competitive.
Two big takeaways. I think the Jags really impressed a lot of people this week, going in and dominating the Chargers like the game wasn't even close. They keep their playoff hopes alive. I think they have that last wild card spot, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think they'll keep it, of course, with the Ravens on their tails, the Chiefs kind of on their tails. I don't think they'll keep it, but right now they have it. And then the other takeaway, man, is Denver. They beat Mahomes.
They took
So
down the
that
GOAT.
they basically solidify and stamp that division. It's now at this point it'll be pretty hard, damn near impossible for the Chiefs to catch them in the division. So the Chiefs, in order for them to make it, they'd have to be a wild card team now. So those definitely the two biggest takeaways for me.
It's crazy because I had a lot of content that I was putting out about Bo Nix just being ass. I was like, any quarterback could come in and win a Super Bowl. Motherfuckers, in all the videos I posted, they're like, update part two. But like Bo Nix, I gotta give him credit. Yeah, he did ball out. Played really well against the Chiefs and this Broncos defense. I mean, they held Mahomes in this offense in check, and Mahomes had like three opportunities to win this football game, and he just came up short on all three of them. And yeah, this offense for the Chiefs looks struggling. They need a running back. Bo Nix was great. Like I gotta give him his props. And the Broncos look like a good football team. They look like a contender, and this defense is one of the best in the NFL. So Denver Broncos obviously are a big winner. And this is, yeah, you're right. One of the biggest takeaways. I don't know how confident you are though that this is a Super Bowl winning team.
Yeah, they give me like the Eagles of the AFC, like
Yeah,
very dominant defense. Offense is like murky, like up and down weeks, like never consistent, but they go out and they win every game. Don't have too many hopes for them, excuse me, going to the Super Bowl out of the AFC. I think the AFC is way too stacked, and you got
yeah.
other teams that have like way higher powered offenses than they have. And at the end of the day, like defense is great, but you got to put points on the board. And I think like teams like the Rams, even the Seahawks, those offenses will, I think, dominate when it comes playoff time versus the Broncos.
Yeah, and I think their defense is really good. But we've seen, a Lamar Jackson have 5 passing touchdowns against him. Come playoff time, I think an elite quarterback is going to be able to put together a great playoff performance against that defense. And then you're going to be in trouble because Bo Nix, if he's going against Josh Allen, we just saw Josh Allen put up 6 touchdowns last week against the Bucks. So I don't know how confident I would be in them knocking off a Buffalo or a Baltimore, even though those two teams aren't looking like the caliber of the Broncos right now. So it's going to get dicey. If they can get the first seed, then I think they have a shot to at least go a little further in the playoffs because you're going to be right in the divisional round, right, to start. But yeah, I don't consider them a Super Bowl contender just yet. I need to see it in the playoffs.
Yeah, see it in the playoffs and see it on the road too. That's something I would love to see them get like that big defining win on the road. So we'll see what that looks like coming up in the next couple weeks.
I think takeaway for me, one of the ones I had. Atlanta Falcons are in hell right now. This team, I thought they were going to be a playoff team this year. I thought they were going to be a contender. Michael Penix Jr. was going to go off. And this dude just I think he just tore his ACL. This is his 5th season ending injury in the last 8 seasons for him playing football. And they gave 180 million to Kirk Cousins, their backup quarterback. And it's like, what head coach is going to take this job for the Falcons? And not only that, but they also traded their first round pick to the Rams. So they can't even capitalize off a bad season right now.
It's all bad for them, man. Luckily, the 180 million that they gave their backup quarterback, he gets to go out and actually earn a couple of those dollars for the next for at least the rest of the season, right?
At least get them out
Look,
of the top pick range.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, look here, man. It's all bad. I feel bad for the guys like Bijan, Drake London, who Drake London is also banged up. We'll see if he can go this week. Looks like he got like an MRI done on his knee. But yeah, it's not looking pretty. I don't see them getting rid of the head coach this week, not this week, this year. I think he has at least one more year to show what they can do. But yeah, this has been a disappointing season, especially when you look down the road and see, Carolina doing what they're doing.
Yeah,
I think
Carolina's
Atlanta
been
should be in
great.
that spot, right? So
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, because Carolina 6-5, they clapped you the first time they played you, and then Bryce Young. Something about him against Atlanta, he just goes crazy. And yeah, that's another takeaway. Bryce Young, 422 yards passing, 3 passing touchdowns. He went crazy. This was his like, I'm a franchise quarterback kind of game. And if only he could do this shit against all the other 30 teams in the NFL. But he went on a clinic, and this was a great win for him. Rico Dotto's been carrying this offense all season, but Bryce Young put on that cape. He was on one this last weekend, so it was nice seeing him have a great performance.
and shoot, the Panthers, they could win this
Make the
division. I mean,
playoffs. Yeah,
they're
yeah.
one game back. They're one game back from the Bucks, and the Bucks have a super tough schedule. I mean, who do they play this week? The Rams, I think.
The Bucks,
The
yeah, they got
Bucks.
the Rams this week. Yeah,
Yeah, so if the Bucks lose and the Panthers somehow get a W this week, they'll be the number one team in that division. So this is a good team on both sides of the football.
their defense is playing a lot better. And yeah, I mean, if the Packers, if they slip up, they have the tiebreaker over the Packers because they beat them. This is a really good season for Bryce Young. All the stuff they gave up to get Bryce Young to go number 1 overall, DJ Moore, the package you sent to the Bears, it's looking like it's kind of, worth it. This team is getting competitive. This team's getting back. And Ted McMillan, he went off this week, had a great week, 130 yards receiving, 8 catches. He's panned out pretty well. So yeah, the Panthers are trending in the right direction. I think they're a huge winner for this past week. What are some other winners you have from week 11?
Of course, my Baltimore Ravens. What are they on, a 4-game winning streak right now? I think they're back to 500. I want to say 5-5.
Yeah, they have 4-game
Um,
winning streak.
okay, so dude, I mean, I called it almost maybe when they were 1-5. I said I have no worries about them making the playoffs, and they'll make the playoffs. They look fairly okay. They didn't have the best performance this week versus the Browns. I think Lamar might have had like 4 fantasy points, but the fact that they won the game, again, it's football. Like it doesn't always have to be pretty as long as you get the W. And let's be clear. Cleveland has a dominant defense.
What did
Dominant.
Miles
Nobody
Garrett? He
goes
had
in and
like
just
4 sacks
spanks
again or
Cleveland.
something.
Yeah, like nobody just goes in and just spanks Cleveland because their defense is that dominant.
They
If they
beat
had
Green
a
Bay.
compatible quarterback, it would be they could easily be a playoff team with a decent offensive roster. But yeah, Lamar and the Baltimore Ravens, man, back to 500 in the hunt for the playoffs.
Yeah, and this is nice. I think they're going to get into the playoffs. This is one of the scariest teams in the AFC. Lamar, yeah, not the best performance, but I'm gonna give him some grace. He's been so good. Like he could earn a performance like this. But this Ravens team defense showed up. Kyle Hamilton's been on a tear. I think he's one of my favorites for Defensive Player of the Year so far this year. This secondary is playing better. Malachi Starks. This team's trending in the right direction. To get back where they need to be. And yeah, watch out. I don't think any team wants to see them come playoff time. And with Rodgers going down, yeah, they're going to win this division and, have a probably decent matchup in the come playoff time, round one. Another winner I would have probably would I say, I think the Eagles. I think them getting their victory over the Lions, completely shunning that offense for the Lions. St. Brown really didn't do much, non-factor. Gibbs, the run game wasn't there, but he had good production in the receiving game. But Dan Campbell put up 40 on the Commanders' head, and against the Eagles really couldn't do much. Jared Goff put up his worst performance. So I think the Eagles defense, they showed that they're still a Super Bowl winning defense. Hurts this offense, they need to pick things up, but I am confident that the Eagles are the best team in the NFC right now. I know the Rams look good, but if the Eagles could get the first seed and the Rams have to go to Philly again, I like the Eagles' chances. And yeah, I like their chances to get back to the Super Bowl this season out of all the teams in the NFC.
Yeah, a great win, first and foremost. I'm going to actually put this loss not on Goff or St. Brown. I'm going to come for Dan Campbell on this one.
Okay. Going
He
for
is
fourth
so
down.
damn
Yeah.
he is so damn aggressive, like all game. Like he could have kicked 2 or 3 field goals and he goes for it every time. And then once you look back at the game, you're like, we lost by a touchdown. Excuse me, we could have kicked 3 field goals and we didn't kick any of them. We go for it every single time and we don't get it. Like the Eagles are a respectable team. I'm one of the guys that thinks like if you have the opportunity to put points up on a team that can't score in the Eagles,
You got to
put
do it.
points up. Like just put the points up. The game would be totally different if you just kick those 1 or 2 or 3 field goals that you keep trying to go for it. So I put this one on Dan Campbell, man. I
Yeah,
do.
it's a tough loss for the Lions, and yeah, being 0 for 5 on fourth down is kind of crazy, and you lose by a touchdown basically. So yeah, if they would have just capitalized on those opportunities, Lions defense kept them in the game. So just in hindsight, I still think the Lions right now would probably be the best team in the NFC North right now, the Bears' biggest competition to win the NFC North. But with games like this, I mean, they look very gettable. Like this is a team that the Bears can beat. They're not some like super mighty dominant team.
Yeah, if you get a couple pass rushers like the Eagles got, like some other teams got, then you're able to, dominate on the defensive side of the ball, get to Goff. Don't give him too much time to throw because even even the Vikings, he had trouble against them as well. So
Oh yeah. And it's yeah, with Phillips, the pass rush, the Bears, if they could get, Sweat going. It was a cold game in this one. And yeah, buddy Jared Goff's gotta come to Chicago. I'm glad they gotta come to Soldier Field now. Week 18, January 4th. That shit gonna be cold as fuck.
it's gonna be freezing.
But some losers, I think, from week 11. I think the Chiefs are the biggest loser. And with them sitting at 5-5, right now, I think they're the eighth team in the AFC right now. They would be missing the playoffs. If the playoffs started today, they would not be in the playoffs. Ninth team in the AFC right now.
Yeah, they are massive losers because it was a division game that I think that they pretty much had to win if they wanted to win a division. So that's completely out the question now. They're not winning the division. They're gonna have to be a wild card team. I personally think that they can do it, but they cannot go out there and lose games that they're supposed to win.
No, they
I
can't.
think the schedule is favorable for them
Let me
for the
see their
remainder of the
schedule right
season.
now.
They gotta go out there and win these games. They have to.
And the crazy thing is they got the Colts next. They got Dallas next. Dallas is no scrub. Dallas's defense looks decent.
No, I don't know, man. Dallas. We'll get to Dallas. It's fine. Go ahead. Continue.
Houston, which I think with CJ Stroud, their defense has been playing better. So the Chargers. So you got 4 games that are gonna be gauntlets. They're gonna be tough matchups. But yeah, they should win these games. The Chiefs should. with their credibility they've had over the last few years. But I mean, how it's looking, they're 5-5 right now. Like I said, ninth in the AFC. Is this dynasty over? Because like the streak of them winning all the AFC West, just being invitational to their stadium every AFC Championship game, them having home games and stuff, like you feel like the dynasty's crumbling.
I would say no, the dynasty's not crumbling in terms of Chiefs Kingdom, but I think we all know that this will probably be Kelsey's last year.
Yeah, you got to
Based
hang
on
it
what
up.
based on what he said. I mean, he's been balling this year, don't get me wrong,
Yeah, he's
but
had a great year.
um, it'll just be the Mahomes and Andy Reid era now, since, Tariq's gone. Kelsey will be hanging it up. But I still think that they have a great defense. We know that for sure. And then their offense is good. They just need to get a running back. I think this offense is set up for success for a little while. Worthy is young. Rice is young. They'll probably get a running back in the draft or trade for one in the offseason. I think the Chiefs will be fine. I really do. Maybe not this year, but next year I think they'll revamp and be all right.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. I feel like this year is gonna be a disappointing season for them. I could see them missing the playoffs. It's not out of the realm of possibilities, but it's not something you're gonna bet on. This team, I think, is gonna bounce back and get in at some point. It's gonna be tough sledding for them to get back to the Super Bowl. I don't think they'll be in the Super Bowl this year. I'd go a step further and say I don't think they make the AFC Championship game this season, which would be crazy. I think that'd be a nice maybe a Josh Allen versus Lamar Jackson type of AFC Championship game would be nice. Ideal dream scenario. But I think this team's going to get knocked off by one of these top teams in the AFC right now from what we've seen. Just teams are getting better in the AFC. Some of the stuff they were able to get by with is not working no more. Denver is on that ass. the Colts might be on that ass this weekend too. We could get into that later, but yeah, I'm not as high on this Chiefs team as I usually am. And, I don't know if you watch FS1 or First Things First with like Nick Wright and
Yeah.
all them.
hmm
His,
Chris
Nick
Broussard.
Wright is a Chiefs glazer, and his
Yes.
ass guarantees every Chiefs victory. This week he was a little hurt. And that shows me that the Chiefs dynasty is coming to an end. Because like I've
I
watched that show religiously, and every time it's like he's so confident in the Chiefs, but you know,
Yeah, he loves the Chiefs and he loves LeBron. Um, you know, I would never bet against Mahomes.
me either.
He's the last 8 years. I mean, he's proven all the doubters wrong. So I will have to watch him prove me wrong before I go against him, if that makes sense. So I'm still going to say that he'll make the playoffs and he'll make a run just because he's Mahomes. And until he doesn't do it, then I have to go with, what history has shown.
Right. Yeah, it's a safe bet to guarantee he'll be back in the playoffs and have a chance to go to the Super Bowl again. The Bucks, I think, are another loser. They've lost 3 of the last 4 games. Carolina is creeping up right behind them. And yeah, losing to Buffalo, like how you lost to them, losing to the Patriots. It seems like things are, finally coming back to reality for this Bucks team. The injuries are catching up to them. It's tough. Bucky Irving still hasn't played yet. The run game has been ineffective. And Baker Mayfield, we haven't seen that, that swagger, the aura anymore. He's kind of playing himself out of MVP. Obviously, I think he's, been falling out of that. But how high are you on this Bucks team right now?
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that they were one of my biggest losers this week. I mean, you score 32 points and lose by 2 possessions. Not one possession, you lost by 2 possessions. That is pretty massive. Not only that, you give up 6 touchdowns to the other quarterback. Um, that's not a good look. Earlier in the season, the Bucks were one of my favorite teams. I think I had them at least number one at least once on my top 10.
Mhm.
They've been a top team for me pretty much all season, and like you said, it has been disappointing to see them losing these big time prime time games, if you will, especially when the offense puts up 30 plus points and you're losing. That's giving me like Dallas vibes, like in Cincinnati vibes. Like those are you can't do that. And the fact that this is a Todd Bowles run defense, that is even more disappointing for me. I'm not too high on the Bucks like I was earlier in the season right now.
It's getting kind of crazy. I mean, because they got, this schedule's been tough for them. They've had a tough stretch of like competent teams that they're facing. Let me pull up their schedule right now. Let's see if things will get better for them. The Rams, Cardinals. Yeah,
Okay, Cardinals.
the schedule will lighten up. They got Arizona, the Saints, Atlanta, Carolina, Miami, Carolina. So the toughest games are probably going to be Carolina after the Rams. But
They
having the
might
Rams this
have
week,
5 more wins, 5-1
yeah,
in the season.
but that Carolina game is going to be critical.
Both of them.
Yeah, both of them for real. So yeah, this Bucks team, it's tough seeing them go down this trajectory and this run. I think the Vikings are another loser. JJ McCarthy, just a stinker performance, man. I think their season's over.
Their season's been over since Carson Wentz went down. I watched the game with one of my friends from Minnesota who we watched at a bar together. The we placed a bet. The losing team has to pay for the tab. I was
Okay.
ordering dessert. I was ordering stuff to go. I was ordering extra drinks. I was doing everything I could to run that bill up because I knew we were going to win that game. I had no hesitation. And every time he drops back and he throws the ball and I see the ball go past 10 yards, I'm like, pick every time. Pick or overthrown to the left, to the right, too high. Yeah, JJ, hopefully he can develop over the next year or so, but they might have to
Look at
sit him
another
down.
quarterback.
Yeah, they might have to.
When I was talking to Jaden, I suggested, a Kyler Murray maybe coming to Minnesota. That'd be nice. Even people have said Justin Fields.
No.
Would you imagine Justin Fields resurrecting his career in Minnesota, going against the Bears twice a year?
It's funny, but I honestly think Justin Fields would be better in Minnesota than JJ right now.
I think he would
I
be too.
think they got more weapons. They would have I don't know which offensive line is better because neither one is good at all. Both offensive lines are pretty trash. I probably lean towards the Vikings O line being a touch better. But obviously they got a great defense. So if you have a compatible quarterback who can just sit back there and not turn the ball over and just convert on 3rd and 3, that Vikings team is a playoff team. No
Yeah.
question.
I mean, they look like a playoff team with Carson Wentz too at times. I feel like it's kind of damning on JJ McCarthy that every quarterback has really kind of worked with Kevin O'Connell, except for the guy you drafted in the first round. So it's tough. It's tough for bro.
He's a rookie. He's a rookie. I mean, last year, for Caleb, the last couple years for Caleb, it hasn't looked, the best. And
Yeah.
for not only Caleb, but also look at Drake May, his rookie year, that didn't look great either. So I mean, let's give him. He probably needs some more time to develop
Mhm.
as a rookie quarterback. I mean, who would you take right now? Seriously, him or Cam Ward?
I take Cam Ward. I honestly would take
Really?
Cam Ward has looked
Okay.
great. Cam Ward had a great game against the Texans. He made some great throws, but I just think his situation is 10 times worse
This bad situation. Yeah,
than
yeah,
what
yeah.
Caleb went through last year with the Bears. So yeah, hopefully he gets an offensive guru over there in Tennessee for him next season. But yeah, I would take Cam Ward. I think he's going to be really good in this league. That's takeaway or whatever. How was it for fantasy football this week for you? What was some of your biggest losers and biggest winners?
Well, my biggest loser in fantasy football was Lamar Jackson
6 points, man.
and myself. So I lost and I got eliminated from one of my leagues today. In my worst league,
Damn.
I lost by 4 points. So I said Lamar because obviously he should have been able to take me to the promised land and keep
Mhm.
me alive. But also I made a bad coaching decision and I started Dalton Schultz, who had a decent
Damn.
game. He had like 11, 12 points. Started him over Kelsey this week.
Kelsey went off.
Kelsey had like 22, and I lost by
Damn.
4. So that was just bad coaching on my part. I thought Schultz would have a good game, and he did, but not better than Kelsey. But that was honestly my biggest. Those are my 2 biggest losers, myself and Lamar for sure.
I think DJ Moore is a big loser. 3 fantasy points. Lamar, we have that in common. If people were listening, I set you up for failure. I said Lamar was going to have a Jackson 5 game. His ass, 2 interceptions.
Yeah, you
um,
sent me off.
My fault. And then Caleb, I started him in a league. I mostly started Matthew Stafford over Caleb. I have Matthew Stafford, Sam Darnold, and Caleb in a lot of leagues at quarterback, and I went Matthew Stafford this week, gave me 17 points, but Caleb 10.32 points this week. Damning performance. I expected him to go off. Have like 20 points at least, and I started him in one league and cost me in that league. So it's fuck Caleb till Sunday.
Hey, hey, if I had Caleb, I would still my playoff hope to still be alive. I had Lamar, so I always remember gratitude.
Those
We were
4
talking
points.
about that. Yeah, I needed those four.
Some winners. Think Josh Allen. He had the most fantasy points this
Oh, yeah,
week. What do you have? Let's see.
40 something, 42,
48
48.
fantasy
Okay.
points, 6 total touchdowns, 3 passing touchdowns, 3 rushing touchdowns, 317 yards. So he damn near put the team on his back for that victory against the Bucks. So if you had Josh Allen, you were eating good. You probably didn't need much other production from everybody else because 48 points, damn. Um, George Kittle, I had him this week. Him and Brock Purdy were connecting. 67 yards, 2 receiving touchdowns, 24 fantasy points. And McCaffrey, bro. McCaffrey went off this week.
That's what he does, man.
Yeah, he's a goat.
I got a couple winners, man. I got the Travion and Bijan combination, both
Okay.
both 30 pieces. Um, Travion, man, he's been looking amazing in that starting role. I mean, he's finding
Yeah.
the end zone like it's his only job to do that. I hope and I pray that when Ramondre comes back, which it'll probably be this game, upcoming game, hopefully Trevion can still get some touches because I feel like he's earned it now the last couple of weeks with him balling out while Ramondre's been out.
That would be some bullshit, man. I did cut Travion Henderson in every league. I kid you not. I had him in every league. I cut his ass in every league. Because you
He
get
could
to
be
a
a league
point,
winner.
yeah, you get to a point where it's like, all right, I need a receiver. I need a quarterback more this week. Do I want to cut Kyle Monangai or do I want to cut Travion Henderson? And obviously, big loser for that.
Yeah, whoever got him off the waivers in your league, man, they probably about to be favorites to win it. They should be thanking you.
I know. And it's getting to the point where Henderson, I mean, in the last game, he's looking at his coach. Should I score? He's going crazy to that level. So yeah, it's tough. I'm a big loser for fan. Well, so I won in 7 of my 8 leagues this week. The league I lost, it was a critical loss. I was up 99% chance to win. I had CeeDee Lamb, Brock Bowers playing, and the guy I was going against had only George Pickens, and George Pickens went crazy. He was a big
Yeah,
winner. So yeah,
that's unfortunate for you.
I'm 1-9 in that league as a commissioner. So
Hey, I lost in all 7 of my leagues. I lost. I didn't win in one league this week, not one single league. So,
it's tough sledding,
and
bro.
I got eliminated from playoffs in 3 leagues. So it's like, man, just a bad week in general.
But moving past fantasy, one guy I wanted to ask you about, our guy, perfect timing. People are hating on Shador Sanders for his performance and, him coming into the game. But, with him not getting any, first team reps all, year, whatever, this discourse about that, backup quarterback should never get first team reps, whatever. But Dylan Gabriel went down with a concussion and Shador Sanders came into the game against the Ravens. Do you think he played bad? What is your thoughts on his performance?
I'm a huge Shador fan. Love him. Love his
Me too.
dad. I'm not really big into watching college football, but when he was at Colorado,
You were
I
locked
wanted
in?
to watch every game. I was locked in on Shador. You know, I'm always talking about him in a group chat. But his performance on Sunday was pretty bad. And I'm not the type that's going to look for any excuses
Me either,
as to
yeah.
why, he should have played better. Yeah, you didn't get first team reps, or yeah, the O line wasn't blocking, but man, you have to play better than 4 for 16 and a pick. You just have to. So I'm hoping and praying that if Gabriel sits this week, that he could go out and redeem himself.
Yeah, and that's what I'm looking forward to too. Like there were some moments where he played pretty well. I mean, drove down the field, had some nice throws, escaping the pocket a little bit. But this was a really good Ravens defense. Tough matchup for any rookie quarterback to be thrown into the fire. But with Shador Sanders, the conversation's hiding a lot. Either people are hating on his ass, or either people are like, trying to find every excuse for why he didn't do what he didn't do,
Yeah,
whatever. But I think that would be my bold prediction for this week. I think Dylan Gabriel, he's in the concussion protocol right now, or concussion portal, whatever, right now. I think he misses this game. Shedeur Sanders gets his first start against the Vegas Raiders, and he goes out and wins. That's a good
that's
matchup
my
for a rookie quarterback.
hey, that's my hot take this week, honestly.
Okay,
So we're
okay.
bringing it up now. Let's dive into that. I also have Shador going out there starting this week and getting a W. I got him throwing for about 230, 2 touchdowns, 0 turnovers. And I say that they go out there and they actually beat the Raiders this week. I think he can do it. Now, there's one caveat to this. The Raiders have a guy on their defense, and I think we
Max
all know his
Crosby.
name. His name is Max Crosby.
Madman Max.
Shador can't be back there playing around with Max Crosby. You got to get rid of the ball, do something with it. Don't be back there trying to keep plays alive because Max Crosby is not going for that. But other than that, hopefully he doesn't take too many sacks. You know, Shador likes to keep plays alive. He likes to take 20-yard sacks. Hopefully he doesn't do that this week.
Yeah, if he gets rid of the ball, plays more on perfect timing, and if he gets his like play calls that he likes, because this was like if we get a game plan, a full week for him to prepare, I think he could be more successful and have a big win and get a big win in his first start. So let the discourse begin after that. I can't wait to dive into that after Shedeur Sanders gets a win and see what people are talking about with that. Another big discussion: Dallas Cowboys. What are your thoughts on, this victory against the Raiders? Obviously, a huge emotional win after one of their players passed away. Defensively, they were locked in. Dak Prescott threw 4 passing touchdowns. Do you think this team could play themselves into the playoff picture again?
That's tough to say. I think anything's possible at this point in the season. I won't say yes or no, but just talking about the win yesterday, I mean, I wasn't impressed.
Yeah.
Um, I know they put up like 33 and they 33-16 or something like that. I personally wasn't impressed because to me the Raiders are a top 3 bottom team.
Hmm.
I mean, we're talking about a rookie quarterback in Shedeur Sanders getting a start next week and going out and beating the Raiders. Like that's how bad the Raiders are.
Yeah.
Like we wouldn't be saying that if it was any other team other than the Raiders. So the Cowboys did what they were supposed to do at the end of the day. Go out and win versus a bad team.
Yeah, I agree. This definitely wasn't a team. I had thought the Raiders were going to get the upset, but, the Cowboys went out there and demolished them, mopped the floor with them. This is not a win, I think, changes the trajectory of their season. But with, this offense, how they're playing, Dak's looking really good. George Pickens, CeeDee Lamb, those two guys. I know they got benched the first series. I don't know what the fuck was going on with that. But when they got in the game, they went fucking crazy. And I thought the Quinnen Williams addition looked huge. He got a sack in this game. And Logan Wilson was making plays at the linebacker position. So I think the defense looks better, more improved with Quinnen Williams. But 4-5 right now. Their schedule is absolutely brutal. Their next stretch of games. I was looking at it when I was making the script, and let me tell you this. Let's see what it is. Philly, Kansas City, Detroit, Minnesota, and the Chargers. That's their next 5 games. And they're
That's a
four
tough
and five.
schedule.
Yeah, 4-5.
That's a tough schedule.
No margin of error.
None. They would have to probably only if they're gonna lose any games, could lose maybe one. They'd have to win out the rest of those though.
Yeah, and
I mean they can, but good luck.
you win 4 of the last 5. That'd put you at 8-6-1, and then you got Washington Giants, so you go like 10-6-1.
That
I
could
mean,
be good enough, maybe. It's possible. That one might help.
yeah, it could be. They'll be probably competing with the Packers. But let's look at Week 12. Huff's games of the week. What are your thoughts on this? Let's break down these games quickly. Bills versus Texans. Bills versus Texans. Thursday Night Football. Who you got?
Yeah, give me the Bills 27-14. I don't think the Texans have enough offensively to get this done.
It depends if CJ Stroud plays. Right now, he's still in the concussion protocol. I don't know if he's going to play. He didn't practice Monday. So it might be shaky. Davis Mills has won 2 games in a row. So, but defensively, they're good enough to keep him in the football game, but I don't know if they could put
Yeah.
enough points. So if CJ Stroud could play, I'd probably pick him in an upset. But if he's not going to play, Bills handle business. Bills take care of this game. 27-14 is a good score. I'd say, yeah, like 21-14, right around the same range.
Lower scoring.
Vikings, yeah, low scoring. Vikings versus Packers.
I want the Vikings to win really bad, but I'm gonna be honest, and say Packers 24-20. I just, man, JJ, he's just not it right now. So
Yeah, I can't even put no faith or no trust in this Vikings team. I think, losing to the Bears might be the loss that kind of derails the season, causes their season to, just fan out. So I take the Packers in this one, but I think it's going to be a close NFC North division battle. Packers 28, Vikings 20. I think JJ puts up a little more points than he did against the Bears, but close game. Packers squeak by like they've been the last couple games. Colts versus Chiefs, the game we've been waiting for.
game of the week, man. Let me get the Chiefs 28-24, only because the Chiefs have to win this one.
They
So
have to, yeah.
if they, I mean, they have to. So I'm going to pick them because I think they know what this game means for them moving forward.
I'm gonna go Colts, man. I think this game puts the Chiefs in a bad spot.
Let
Six
them,
losses on the
is
season.
yeah, that'd be
But I
it.
I think Daniel Jones, Jonathan Taylor, this offense, they have enough weapons. They're putting up points on anybody. This team is battle tested too, from what I've seen. Minus the game against Pittsburgh, they've beaten some good teams now on this last stretch, and I think this would be the victory where people really take the Colts serious. And I'm the guy that's been not taking them serious, but I think this is the game. Sauce Gardner was a huge addition. Alec Pierce has been balling out the weapons for the Colts. I think Shane Steichen and this Colts team get a huge statement win and propel themselves in that, upper echelon category with the Super Bowl contenders this week. This is going to be close though. So, but I think they put up 30 points to the
Mm,
Chiefs, like 24.
okay, we'll see what happens there.
So 30-24. Bucks versus Rams. Who you got?
Give me the Rams, 31-28. The Bucks are on a little losing streak, and I think that streak will continue, and I think the Rams will continue to dominate.
Yeah, and the Rams, it was a tough victory against the Seahawks. Sam Darnold gift wrapped them 4 interceptions though, but the game was still really close. I think Matthew Stafford, this offense looks really good still. Devontae Adams, you could trust that he's gonna get a touchdown every week. Puka Nakua, the run game, Kyron Williams. Defensively, they've been really good this year. Very underappreciated defense this season. So I think the Rams get the victory. I give them the nod. Bucks defense it's been like a cone trying to stop offenses. They can't get it done. So I think this is a big Kyron Williams game. I think he has a big running game, and Matthew Stafford throws for about 3 touchdowns. So I see them putting up 30 points as well, 30-17. I think this is
Mm,
like a 2 possession kind of game. The Rams
okay.
get by, win convincingly. Um, Last final game. I think this is upset potential. Panthers versus 49ers.
Oh, absolutely. Give me the Panthers. I got them
You calling the upset?
27-24.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of. I don't even think it's an upset. Panthers 27-24. I mean, they've been a cohesive unit for the last few weeks. Both sides of the ball playing pretty decent. Like you said, Rico Dowdle's been a killer. This is going to be the battle of running backs, not the quarterbacks. It's going to be a battle between CMC versus Rico Dowdle.
Okay.
We'll see who comes out on top.
Yeah, and I think the run game's going to be really important for this because that's how the Panthers are going to be able to beat the 49ers because in the interior, this defense is lacking. No Fred Warner. They're struggling on that end in terms of stopping the run. So I think if Rico Dotto can go off, get 200 yards rushing, Carolina has a shot. And defensively, I think they could stay in this game with their pass rush, how they've been playing. Secondary, JC Horn. He's going to have to take out some of these mid receivers for the 49ers out of the game. Kittle could be a factor as well over the middle, but I like the Panthers to get the upset as well. Give me the Panthers 28, 21 type of game. And Bryce Young, while he isn't the main reason they win, he puts up a good enough performance to be one of the reasons they win. Bold predictions for week 12. Any bold predictions you're thinking other than the Shador Sanders one?
Yeah, I'll give you my upset since the bold prediction for sure was already put up. I'm going to take the Cowboys beating Philly this week. I think that Dallas's offense is a way too high powered to go against Philly's offense. Like I don't think Philly's offense is high powered enough. I know they played earlier in the year and the Eagles got the dub, and I think the Eagles did play fairly decent on offense that game, but I think Dak and those boys go in and get the dub.
I wouldn't be surprised. I think it's like Philly's 3-point favorites right now. And could you imagine a Dallas Cowboys team beating the Eagles and then the Eagles coming in the following week to face the Bears after a loss against Dallas? Oh, they might try to they might try to blow us out. But
They
I,
would.
I can see the upset potential in this game. Dak Prescott, this offense has been playing at a high level, and defensively, like I said, they've improved a little bit. So that could be a huge victory for the Cowboys to help them get back into playoff position. I would probably take the Eagles in that one, but Dak Prescott playing like an MVP candidate, just put up another 4 passing touchdown game. The secondary for the Eagles too. I like the matchup with the Cowboys receivers to get the best of that group. Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell, that's going to be tough for them to lock down both guys. So yeah, I can see the potential there. I think it's going to be a close football game though, nonetheless. Probably should have added that in game of the week, but I must have missed that one. But my bold prediction, another one I have, fantasy baller of the week, Caleb Williams has a 4 passing touchdown game, a clinic performance. I think he gets after the worst pass defense in the NFL in the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think the Bears hold up offensive line wise, give him enough time. And I think he finally puts together the performance we've been waiting for since Dallas. Puts together that great performance. I want Rodgers to play in this game. Unfortunately, he's probably not with the broken wrist. And I think, yeah, Caleb goes out there and is the best quarterback on the field, puts up the best quarterback performance in the NFC. One of those NFC player of the week type of performances. He goes out there and balls out.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think he has a big game, a bounce back game. And I think the Bears finally get that concrete victory where it's like not coming down to the last drive. I feel like we win this game. I won't say easily, but it's not going to come down to us having to go down and score a touchdown or a field goal to win this game. So I
Yeah.
agree with you. Um, my fantasy baller of the week, if I'm not gonna pick one player, I'm gonna pick two teams because the Patriots are playing Cincinnati. So Patriots are playing Cincinnati, and I think that Jamar is probably gonna get suspended if he hasn't already. I haven't checked my phone this morning, so I don't know if he got suspended for spitting on Jalen Ramsey yet. Anybody on the Patriots, anybody, O-line,
Matt
defense,
Collins.
offense, take
Matt Collins.
anybody that's on the Patriots, go pick them up and start them this week. And then the other team I'm picking is going to be the Jags. The Jags are playing against the Cardinals. The
Yeah.
Cardinals defensively have been getting rolled and stomped on the last couple weeks. Anybody on the Jags, I think Brian Thomas might be back this week. Go ahead and I know everybody got him on the bench. Put him back in this week. I think he
I was
dominates
about to
this
cut
week.
his ass. But yeah, Jacoby Myers and Brian Thomas Jr., I expect them to have big games too. You're right. So those are two great predictions. Can't go wrong with either or. Let's finish with some NBA talk. Now, this one hits close to home. This one hits close to home. Do you want to see Anthony Davis return to Chicago? I know King
I would
Sosa would be
love to
happy
see it.
about this.
I would love to see Anthony Davis back in Chicago, but will it happen? I don't think so. I
We
really
probably
don't.
got a good package to give.
Um, we probably could put it together a nice little package, but where I see him fitting the best now, my personal favorite would be Chicago, but where I see him fitting the best would be like in Boston. They're
Yeah.
lacking size on the interior now with Horford gone, Porzingis gone, Tatum out for the year. I could see him doing really well in Boston, but Orlando. I
Orlando would be
think if
nice.
Orlando, I think Orlando could put a good package together and get AD, and I think that would change the Orlando franchise. That's where I think the two best fits. Won't pick a Western Conference team because I would hate to see the Mavs trade another great star to another Western Conference team. But
Yeah.
yeah,
And that would hurt. I think the Bulls would be interesting. Orlando, Boston are two great options. Boston, they've been trying to get Anthony Davis for a minute, I feel like. And Orlando, having another big man. I think wherever Anthony Davis goes, I would want him not to have to be that lead guy, not have to be the guy. All right,
exactly.
we need you to take over and need you to be the star. It's too much dependent on him. And, with his injury history, with him being banged up, it's tough. We saw that happen in Dallas. I mean, he really hasn't been able to stay healthy. So Boston would be a good spot for him with Tatum and Brown. They probably could put together a good package. Orlando, great spot for him too. Chicago, though. My thing is, if we don't give up Kobe White, I'm cool. Take anybody else. Giddy, if we could keep Giddy, Buzelis, and Anthony Davis and Kobe White, cool. I'd even give up Io too, but they probably would want Kobe White the most.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like, yeah, maybe if the only way you could get AD, you trade Kobe White, but Kobe White he's just entering his prime. Did
I
you see
know.
him in his first game back?
27 points. I know. It's crazy.
27 points. He was
Off the
stealing the
bench.
ball. They were going to him in the clutch. He was making layups. I think he had 7 assists or something like that too, and a couple of rebounds. Like that was his first game back, and he hasn't played in a year. So Kobe White, this could be one of those most improved type seasons if he
I
could,
think so too.
play a couple stretch of games.
Yeah, so I don't want to give up Kobe White. Now, Kobe White and Cooper Flag would be really nice, but my thing is with Anthony Davis, how much could they get? I mean, how much could they ask for Davis with him not being healthy, with all the situation that's happened in Dallas, trading, the Luka trade, all that stuff. Like, how much could they really ask back for Davis?
And and that's one of the reasons why I don't think the Bulls would pursue AD, simply because AD is a win now player. His timeline isn't 3 years from now. If you're going to trade for AD, you think that you can win it now. That's why
Yeah,
the teams I was mentioning are teams that think that they have a chance to win it now. I don't think the Bulls are constructed to win now, but 3, 4 years from now, the Bulls will be in a position to go ahead and potentially win and compete.
that would be so nice though. Getting Anthony Davis just playing the rest of his career in Chicago. We have a fun,
Yeah, that'd be
interesting
dope.
team, but yeah, we're not. I don't think he even propels us into a championship team, even in a weak East. Like I don't think we would like come out the East with
Yeah.
Davis,
Beat
unless
the
he,
Nuggets last night.
yeah, unless he go crazy. And they came back too in that game. It was a nice victory. I mean, would be fun to watch. I would not be mad if this move happens. It's not really that unrealistic either. I think we're a team that potentially could be interested, but we'll see what happens with that. What about Kyrie? Where do you think he would go if they do a full fire sale?
There's only one place that Kyrie
LA?
Irving can go. No. Again, a Western Conference team should not trade another superstar to a Western Conference team. Like that's like you
Reese
shouldn't do
for
that.
Kyrie.
There's only one landing spot for Kyrie Irving. Only one in the entire NBA, and that's the Milwaukee Bucks.
I like that.
They are lacking depth. They have no depth. They have Giannis Antetokounmpo, and then they got a bunch of what we call waivers. Kyle Kuzma's a waiver. Bobby Portis, he's a good, decent waiver. Kevin Porter Jr. has been out all season, but hell, he's a waiver. Ryan Rollins, I don't know if you know who he is, but he's really coming into himself. He's been
He's playing
starting.
well,
He
yeah.
looks great this year. But Kyrie Irving in the Milwaukee Bucks jersey would propel them to be one of the favorites out the East.
Yeah,
He's that
and
good.
Kyrie's been really good. He's on a redemption arc. In Dallas, I wanted to see him and Luka win, but him and Giannis, I think that would be box office once he got healthy. And I'm not really concerned about Kyrie when he gets back, like being back to his level either. I think he's gonna be back and playing at a high level once he gets fully healthy. So Kyrie, Giannis, I wouldn't mind that at all. I don't know who would they give up in that to get that done.
Like I said, they got a bunch of waivers, so I don't know if they can do it. I don't know if they can do
It's
it.
one of those where it's one of those fantasy trade, ideas where you just put a bunch of names in there just just to make it look
Hey,
good. The
you just
more,
put 5 players in there and as many first round picks as you can haul.
yeah, they might think Kevin Porter Jr., Kyrie, couple first round picks, take it or leave it. But I would want to see Kyrie in Milwaukee. I don't, Houston would be nice too. I know it's a West team, but Houston
Don't
would be
do it.
nice.
Don't do it.
Katie and
I would be
Kyrie back
pissed.
together.
That would be
um,
crazy. No, that's a great fit for Kyrie with the
yeah,
Houston Rockets, but I would just hope that Dallas would not do that one. Like
yeah.
don't hand no championships out.
And they would be able to give a good package too. Maybe Reed
But yeah,
Shepard.
they got great young guys. Torrey Eason, Reed Shepard. I mean, I don't know if you trade like a Jabari Smith or not, but they could get him if they want.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. But speaking on the Houston Rockets, they're 9-3 right now. Kevin Durant's been balling. Şengün's been balling. They have a nice duo. Şengün and Kevin Durant. This is a top duo in the NBA right now, and they're playing to a high level. How are you feeling about the Rockets now in the West? from what you've seen
Rockets
so
look
far?
fantastic. They look great. Everybody's playing together and everybody knows their role. Like to start the season off the first few games, it looked like guys didn't know their role. Like they thought that they were Kevin Durant. Maybe they forgot KD was on their team, but now they know who Kevin Durant is and like
Yeah.
he's leading the charge. And then Sengun, like you said, is right behind him. And they're getting it done together. This is going to be a scary team come playoffs because they got everything. They got shooting, they got defense, they got
Got
youth,
size,
they got
yeah.
vets, they got a variety of everything. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this turns out later in the
And they're
season.
well coached. And now the thing they were missing was that guy that could go down the stretch and get a clutch
Right.
basket. Kevin Durant is going to be that guy now. And yeah, Steven Adams and Şengün, the double big lineups, it was nasty against the Warriors. I think this is going to be a tough team to beat. They match up well with Denver and OKC. So I'm really high on the Rockets right now. I think this is like Kevin Durant's best chance to get a chip. Hopefully Fred VanVleet could come back towards the playoffs. He might have a shot. Who knows?
I doubt it.
Yeah. Fred VanVleet for Kyrie. Straight up. But yeah, so hopefully Houston could come back. A month in, right now, what are some title contender teams you have right now in the NBA?
Yeah, I'll give you my top five right now. Obviously OKC. Like they've lost one game
Without
to my
Jalen
Portland
Williams, too.
Trailblazers. They're just dominating. Like Shea Gilgeous-Alexander has played in less fourth quarters than he's played in. Like he sits on the bench the entire fourth quarter because they're just blowing out teams. So that's my number one team so far. And then another team is Cleveland. I'm really high on Cleveland. They really haven't had Garland this season, who's technically their second, maybe third best player, floor general. But D. Mitch is playing at an all-time MVP level, averaging over
Spider.
30 points a game, killing. Obviously Denver Nuggets, like Jokic is Jokic. He's phenomenal. He's averaging like a 30-point triple double right now. He's insane. And then I'm gonna throw the Lakers in there.
Okay.
LeBron
They've
should
been
be
playing
back
good.
tonight. I'm looking forward to seeing what he does, but integrating him into that offense, if it works out, if he plays his role, I think that this team is championship contender. And then last but not least, the Detroit Pistons.
Yeah.
Motor City, baby. Motor City. Those
Kate,
guys are
yeah, Kate has been playing well. And Jalen Duren, 20 points per game. He's kind of got a bag now. He's got a
yeah,
bag now.
he's shooting like 70% from the field. Like he just dunking everything. You should have saw how he dunked on Benedict Mathurin last night. It was filthy.
Yeah, I see some highlights. I'm like, damn, this dude is. I seen him shoot a couple threes. I'm like, what's to bro this season? He might be most improved player right now. From like 11 points per game to 20 points now, taking that next step. When Jaden Ivey comes back too, Detroit is going to be nasty. And yeah, this is a team to watch out for. In the East, a question and then hot take of the week. Steph Curry, where does he land in your GOAT conversation? Top 5 for me? Or what do you think?
He's not in my GOAT conversation quite yet.
Okay.
I don't know if he ever will be, but he's definitely top 10. No questions asked. When it comes to longevity, he's one of the
He's
GOATs
up
for
there with
longevity.
Bron, bro. Yeah.
He's up there with Bron. Yeah, he's 37 years old and he's still playing like he's 27. He's a top player in the NBA right now at 37 years old.
Crazy.
His game has not fallen off at all. If anything, he's just getting better and better and better. So let's see how the next 2-3 years play out and see if he could, crack top 5. But right now, he's definitely top 10. Steph Curry.
Yeah, I just seen bro go and drop like 90 points against the Spurs, back-to-back
in 2
games.
games.
Yeah, in 2 games was just crazy. We're waiting for him to fall off. I haven't seen it yet. He's still elite, still one of the best players in the NBA. So I personally have him in my top 5, but I'm more of a casual basketball guy, basketball take guy. So I watch the games and shit. I'm locked in, but I'm not, would you say, like an analyst, NBA analyst like yourself.
Appreciate it.
But yeah, so I'd have him in my top 5 right now. He's playing at a high level. My hot take of the week, before we wrap it up, I think the Green Bay Packers missed the playoffs.
I wouldn't disagree with you. I mean, that's good for us
The
Bears
Bears.
fans. I mean, you got the Bears hat on. Yeah, I mean, we would love to see it. They haven't been playing to their ceiling, if you will. They have a good record, don't get me wrong, but we all know that they haven't been performing to their best ability. So I wouldn't be surprised.
They're 6-3 right now. They have Minnesota, Detroit, Chicago, Denver, Chicago again, and Baltimore. So I think they lose to Baltimore. I think they lose to Denver. I think Detroit and the Bears steal a game from them. So 7 losses right there. 10-7 is not going to cut it for the playoffs. So they lose to the Bears like I expect them to. They lose to Detroit. Denver and the Ravens are guaranteed losses in my mind with how they're playing this season and Jordan Love, his inconsistencies. Give me the Packers to miss the playoffs this season.
That's a great take. I didn't know their schedule was that tough.
But yeah, even Minnesota's a tough game.
Oh yeah, the defense keeps them in everything.
Hell yeah. You have one last hot take before we wrap it up, or?
Yeah, my hot take, I gave you mine for football. It was Shador going out and getting the win, but I give you one for basketball. I have Jalen Johnson making his first All-Star this year.
Okay.
Trae Young has missed, I believe, 10 games this year, who was supposed
Damn.
to be their best player. And they're 8-2 without Trae Young, and they have the second best defense in the NBA while he's out. Jalen Johnson is averaging 22, 10 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals. He's doing it all. He's looking like a miniature LeBron, like a rookie LeBron, if you will.
Okay.
but he's dominating, and I think he's going to make his first All-Star team this year.
That'd be crazy. I mean, yeah, the Hawks definitely look better without Trae Young right now. Nikhil Walker-Alexander, Jalen Johnson, Dyson Daniels, like they've getting a lot of production from those guys. And yeah, this Hawks team is dangerous. Hopefully when Trae Young gets back, he could shoot better from the field, shoot better from three, be the player we thought he was going to be this season. And the Hawks could be really dangerous this year in the East. One of the teams, they could make the Eastern Conference Finals if they keep this play and they get this production from the guys around him. So really love that take. Jalen Johnson, I think he was one of your guys, one of your predictions for most improved player or one along
Him,
those.
Denny, yeah,
And Danny's
too.
been hooping. I think he's averaging 26, 25.
Yeah, he is killing.
So yeah, great take. Great way to close out the show. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. That's all we got for the show. Make sure to like and subscribe on 6-Man Blitz. I think we're at 1K.20 subs. So make sure to keep going. Help us get to our next goal. And yeah, if you need the best NBA content, NFL content, we got you breaking it down every week for you guys. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. As always, peace. Some people thought the NFC North was going to be the worst division in football this season. They thought it was going to be as bad as the NFC South.